my opinion, I believe Tyson Fury might be the most unique heavyweight that I've ever seen in boxing. Now, I've followed the heavyweights for a very, very long time, from the Larry Holmes to obviously the Sonny Listons, to the Muhammad Ali's, to the Mike Tysons, to the Evander Holyfields, to the Ray Mercers, to the Riddick Bowe's, to the Lennox Lewis, all of these, to the Klitschko brothers. I've followed these heavyweights for a very long time, but I've never seen anyone quite like Tyson Fury. I've never seen a fighter that's as big as he is, 6'9", almost 7 foot, and in a position where he's got the technical skills that he has. If you look at most heavyweights in history, look at the Primo Canaro, if you look at Valuev, they were big heavyweights, yes, and to some extent they probably hit hard, but they never had the technical ability of a Fury. Fury has the technical ability, right, and on top of that, he has the ability to switch it, fight southpaw and orthodox. On top of that, he has very good ring IQ, and if you look at the opponents that he's beaten, he beat Deontay Wilder when he was on a 5-year run as a champion, and he beat Vladimir Klitschko when Klitschko was on a 11-year undefeated run. But the crazy thing about it is that he beat both of them at their own game. He knocked out Deontay Wilder when Deontay Wilder is known as a puncher, and he outboxed Klitschko when Klitschko is known as this master boxer. So this is one of the most versatile heavyweights that's ever lived, and he's a complete anomaly. I've never seen someone who's 6'9" who can move the way he moves, who's got the defensive abilities that he does. I mean, there's times when early in his career he used to look clumsy, but let's be real. How many heavyweights have you seen that's that big, that's that well coordinated? Like, think about it. Like, if you look at the Valuevs of the world, the Primos of the world, they were big fighters, but they were not very well coordinated. They never had the athletic prowess that this Tyson Fury has. Tyson Fury is literally one of the most unique heavyweights I've ever seen. On top of that, he's very intelligent, and he's also got the mental. He knows how to play mind games with his opponents. So this is an animal that we've never seen before. This is something that's so different. And I honestly believe, I'm not saying he's the greatest heavyweight that's ever lived. Like, I think people are getting a bit premature with that. In terms of accomplishments, you can't put him as the greatest heavyweight that's ever lived. But I think head to head, prime for prime, this guy is a handful for anyone. Any heavyweight in history, whether it's Muhammad Ali, who's like, who let's be real, has Muhammad Ali ever faced anything like Tyson Fury? A switch hitting 6'9" heavyweight who could fight, who could punch, who can box, who could do it all. I mean, and also has boxing IQ as well to boot as well. I mean, I don't think Muhammad Ali has fought anything like that. That's not me saying that Tyson Fury would beat him, but I think you've got to be completely brain dead to think that Muhammad Ali would not at least have a fight or struggle with this guy. Has Mike Tyson, everyone talks about Mike Tyson, has Mike Tyson ever fought anything like a 6'9" switch hitting heavyweight as big as Fury? I don't think he ever has. He's never fought anyone like that. And let's be real, Mike Tyson was what, 5'10"? Now, I'm not saying Mike Tyson would have lost to Tyson Fury, but to say he wouldn't have had his hands full is completely ridiculous. Larry Holmes, has Larry Holmes ever fought anything like a 6'9" switch hitting huge heavyweight like Tyson Fury? I don't think he has. Has Lennox Lewis ever fought anyone like that? I don't think he has. So the fact is, even though he's not the greatest heavyweight ever, in my opinion, that's Muhammad Ali. And I think I could go over another list where I talk about my favourite heavyweights of all time. In terms of resume, accomplishments, in terms of all of that, there's no way that Tyson Fury is the greatest heavyweight ever. But I think head to head, if you put him in there with any of the heavyweights of the past, and I'm not saying he's unbeatable, I think he'll lose to a few of them. But the fact is, everyone that fights a prime Tyson Fury is going to have his hands full. I mean, this is something that is a complete anomaly, something that we've never seen before. A fighter like of this caliber who can do what Tyson Fury can do on the highest level. I don't think I've ever seen a heavyweight like that. So yeah, that's just my opinion on Tyson Fury. What's your opinion? Do you think he might be the most unique heavyweight you've ever seen? How many 6'9" heavyweights can be this well coordinated, can fight southpaw and orthodox, have got the ability to box on the back foot like he did against Klitschko, and do feints and movement, have the ability to fight the way he did against Deontay Wilder, knockout punch and knock him out, and also knock out Dillian White the way he did with a one-punch knockout? I mean, I don't think there's many heavyweights like that. And when he sits down on his punches, don't get it twisted. Like, no, people don't like to look at Tyson Fury as a puncher, but when he sits down on his punches, he can really hurt you. I mean, look at what he done to Dillian White. Dillian White's not someone who's obviously he does have a vulnerability to the uppercut, but the fact is, like, Dillian White's taken very hard shots in the past, but I've never seen him like that before, where he's literally on the queer street to the point where he's falling around the ring, not knowing where he is. I mean, I've never seen him like that. Obviously, Anthony Joshua knocked him out quite brutally, and so did Povetkin, but I've never seen him get up and like waddle around the ring the way he did when he fought after Tyson Fury hit him with a one-punch knockout, with that one-punch knockout power. So yeah, that's just my opinion on this, on Tyson Fury. Tell me your opinion. What do you think about him? Do you think he's overrated, underrated? I think head-to-head, he gives any heavyweight in history a run for their money. I'm not going to say he beats every single one of them, and I do think there's heavyweights in the past that would have beaten him, but I still think he gives them a hard fight. He gives them a very hard fight. I mean, a fight between Vitaly Klitschko and Tyson Fury would be very interesting. The very good, interesting fight that would have been. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Tell me your opinion below, and like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace.